I recently reached 500 followers on Instagram, and to celebrate, I wanted to do a Q&A. Since, well, many of us, at least me, are busy drawing during art fights, so I definitely didn't want to do a draw this in your style, and I had done a rough... Are you okay? And I had done... Oh, you want to go outside? You want to... Okay, you can go out. You can go out. Anyway, as I was saying, I definitely didn't want to do a DTYS, and I had done a raffle for my last milestone, thus the Q&A was born. I will be answering the questions I received both on Instagram and YouTube, and the speed paint in the background is an artwork for Squirrel Girl Does Arts on art fights of their character Noah. Alright, let's not waste any more time and get started. My main project, Project Monster, was supposed to just be a fantasy novel with some creepy aspects, but after having read some of the more quote-unquote scary scenes to a friend, they really quickly told me that it leans more into the horror than I had anticipated. Oh well, I guess it's a fantasy horror novel now. Honestly, for me, motivation is just another word for inspiration, or at least they work hand in hand. If I get the right inspiration for a piece or project, then I have the motivation to do it. The same goes for when I lose the inspiration, I suddenly don't want to execute the idea anymore. Most of my inspirations comes from Pinterest. I know, not very original, but it can also come from Instagram or YouTube, especially if I'm looking for a specific creator. As for the second part of the question, I don't necessarily finish all of them. I mostly only share the ones that I'm confident I'll finish, or if I need some peer pressure. It's honestly pretty hard to say exactly for how long I've been drawing, since no one can really date when they even started. But what I can say is that I got my first sketchbook back in 2020. And I mean my first real sketchbook, because sure, I had some before because of art class in school, but those don't really count, do they? But really, I was drawing a lot before on random printer paper or notebooks. I especially loved copying characters from comics or drawing me and my sister's characters. The entire drawing thing really picked up and became semi-serious thanks to the Warrior Cat series. I made like a bajillion OCs for the fandom, wrote fanfiction, made my own characters, and all the other good stuff. Oh, and how could I forget? I made this masterpiece at 3 years old, so obviously I was meant for this. Very similar to my answer for Mushy, Pinterest is my safe haven. If you ignore all of the freaking ads and AI slap. But anyway, that's a rant for another time. That only really helps for the visual aspects of a character, so to find an interesting personality, I focus on their wants, needs, goals, and fears, etc., and oftentimes get inspired by existing fictional characters. But honestly, most of the time, a potential character comes from a random doodle in my sketchbook. And fun fact, the crack on this character's face came from an accidental pencil mark where I slipped and drew on his face in a way that actually looked like a crack, and I simply expanded upon it. Do I like the amazing digital circus? Is that even a question? Okay, jokes aside, it's my favorite glitch series out of the bunch, closely followed by the Knights of Guinevere. As for my favorite characters, I definitely have to mention Kinger Gangle, but my all-top fave will forever be Zooble. I have nor played nor watched these pieces of media, though I have seen some visuals of Danganronpa, if that's even how you pronounce it, especially of the black and white bear, but Blarkin Sun? Wait, let me Google, click here. images. Oh my god. That's interesting. Oh, thank you for the potential nightmares, Rakaduck. I will forever remember your name. Isn't it obvious? No, but seriously, that's a hard question to answer as it can change pretty much every day. I think for now it's this one, though it's very far from my usual style, even though I don't even have a style yet, but that's besides the point. So something closer to what I would do every day is the one I made for Lubabel. I know that it's a rather recent one, but I'm still very proud of it nonetheless. I'm not crying. You're crying! Okay, sorry for the drop in audio quality. I'm recording this on my phone right now because I saw this question like last minute as I was doing the final touches in the editing. So I'm also doing this unscripted, so yeah, my bad. So for the question, I was planning on making one specific video on this subject because it is so complex and because the history of this comic project has just so much to it, and it goes back, like, it goes way back from a completely different project at first, and then I wanted to like rework it, maybe put some more pizzazz to it, and then bada boom, it ended up becoming a new comic project with completely different characters, with different species, because at first, in the very beginning, it was all just squirrels, chipmunks, and flying squirrels. It was basically a Warrior Cats ripoff, I'm not gonna lie. I think that the only thing that the two projects now have in common is that there is elemental magic. That's literally the only thing, I'm pretty sure. Maybe some character aspects, like Indigo's personality, actually hasn't changed that much now that I think of it. But like, even her name has changed. Every character's name has changed pretty much. But yeah, that's all that comes to the top of my head right now. But I will be making a designated video on that subject. That is in the workings. Alright, and that's it for today. Thank you to everyone who submitted a question. If you like this video, then consider liking it. Maybe subscribing? Okay, enough of that. Happy art fight if you're participating, and if not, have a great rest of your day or night, and see you another time, hopefully.